The Sandworms were a smash hit in Dune, Part 2, but unfortunately, their success might be bad news for Dune, Part 3. Dune, Part 2 received glowing reviews from both critics and audiences alike, something largely due to the success of the Sandworms who added to the incredible action scenes in the movie. Since Dune, Part 2 ended with Paul Atreides, Timothée Chalamet, as Emperor, the question remains whether the plans for Dune, Part 3 can be successful without the popularity that the Sandworms brought to the franchise. Sandworms are gigantic worm-like creatures that live underneath the desert landscape of Arrakis. The formidable creatures not only make Arrakis nearly impossible to conquer but are also an important part of the economy and culture of the native freemen. Besides being considered gods, sandworms produce spice, a precious resource that is used for space travel and prolonging human life. Despite the sandworms now being synonymous with the Dune franchise, there is a possibility that they will not be in the third installment of Dune. Dune 2's sandworms probably won't be in Part 3. Dune, Part 3 will take place on Arrakeen. The Sandworms will probably not be a part of Dune, Part 3. Dune and Dune, Part 2 mostly takes place on Arrakis, the only planet with a landscape and ecosystem that allows the Sandworms to survive. Denis Villeneuve adapted the Dune franchise from Frank Herbert's Dune books, which serve as the source material for the live-action movies. Dune, Part 3 will be based on the second book in the series, Dune Messiah. In Herbert's books, the Sandworms are not featured after Dune, so the possibility of them being in Dune, Part 3 is slim. The Sandworms played an integral role in helping Paul Atreides win the war against the Harkonnens, which signified a pivotal moment in his journey. Seeing as Paul usurped the throne and became the new emperor with the help of the Sandworms, the creatures have seemingly served their purpose. Now that Paul has his army of loyal freemen, Dune, Part 3 is likely to take place on Arrakeen with the Holy War raging off-world. How Dune 3 can still succeed without the Sandworms? Dune, Part 3 should show other worlds. Chani, played by Zendaya, stares angrily at Paul Atreides in Dune, Part 2. She is surrounded by other Freeman fighters, and she has a look of betrayal. Dune, Part 2 has undoubtedly been successful, but Dune 3 will be even more important. One of the best things about the Dune franchise is the incredible world the story takes place in. However, the first two movies did not show the full scope of any other planets from the novels. Dune 3 presents an opportunity for the other worlds and houses to be extensively shown. Since Paul has become the new emperor, showing the political dynamics and the other house's dissatisfaction with the new power will be integral in helping Dune 3 succeed. There are other ways Dune, Part 3 can succeed without the might of the Sandworms. Chani leaving at the end of Dune, Part 2 will have important implications for Dune 3, mostly because her character arc in the movie is different from the books. It will be interesting for Dune 3 to show where Chani went and what effect her absence will have on Paul. The Sandworms might have been integral to the success of Dune 2, but in the long run, other stories and characters must help Dune 3 succeed.